Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, Tom and I are going to be talking about the different ways you can lose a social media marketing agency client. Tom, I think this is something that we never see anyone talk about, like
No, we don't.
about like why you lose a client and what that process is.
No, well, first of all, this video is going to be 10 minutes long. Keep it nice and short. So the timer is on. Yeah, it happens. Losing clients happens frequently. And I think people try and tell you otherwise, and hoodwink you into thinking like you win clients and then you're on to the next and they always stay with you and they're always happy and blah, blah, blah. But, like some of the examples we're going to talk about now in this video are fucking mind blowing. And because of the situation that we've been doing, like the performance we've been given this client, the profit that we're making them, and yet we've still lost them. Isn't that a bizarre thing? Like, why would you lose a client
It's
when you're
meant,
making? That's what people will be thinking. It's like, well, why are you losing clients if you're doing well for them?
meant to give people background. The average retention rate of clients in our agency is 12 to 18 months, which means the average person who signs on with I stays with us between 12 and 18 months from when they sign. And that's not because they're in a 12 to 18-month contract. Majority of them are in 6-month contracts, they extend and they extend again, which is
Yeah.
very, very unusual. Like the average retention rate for a standard aid, like especially a startup agency, is probably like 1 to 2 months. And then
And
they
to be fair, mate, I mean, to be fair, and the ones that we have lost have either merged with a bigger business, so they've had like a corporate marketing team, and they think that they can just then go and do it. Or some people actually sold their like we lost a client. Well, we were on the verge of losing a client last week because they got taken over, but the woman sold it because it was so successful. She got the fee she wanted for it, and she was in her 60s, and she just wanted it to go as it is. They're keeping us on because they see the results, and that was a good win for us. But some of the shit that we've lost hasn't been anything to do with us.
Yeah, mate, there's look, well, let's start from the bottom. Like, obviously, you do lose clients for not getting them results. Tom and I don't get every single business we work with results. Like,
No,
that's anyone who says they do is just barefaced lying. Like, there are some clients that we work with where it's a back in the early days, it was a startup like company, isn't it? When you start your agency, like you kind of just take whatever you get given, and you obviously work with a lot of startups where that concept's not been proven of the product,
yeah,
which obviously you like if the product's shit, Facebook ads and Meta ads just aren't a magic wand. But so that's kind of stage one of why you would lose a client. What's another one, mate? Starting from like, I don't know. Yeah, what's
think,
that other way?
well, here's another reason why you sometimes lose clients. So when me and Harry have worked with a client, in the first 6 months, with our starting point, and this is really comes to actually a topic called scaling, which is very, very difficult. However, what happens is we start working with a company who have been stung by a marketing agency before, or they've got a new product or a brand new revenue stream for them, and they put us in, right? In those first 6 months, we do a phenomenal job. So the ramp rate from 0 to 100 miles an hour is really quick.
Yeah.
And what happens, and me and Harry talked about this privately, it's clients, mate, don't they? They get a little bit of a swag in them when they feel like they're making a ton of money, which we do make these people.
Yeah.
Their behavior changes slightly. They start to get a little bit more directional. And what I mean by that is they really want to call the shots on the ads, and they want to call the shots on what the landing page looks like.
Yeah.
They want to, and their expectation of continuous growth
Yeah.
is actually too high.
Mate, we had this conversation the other day. Majority of business owners in general are horrendous business owners.
And we're saying this, guys. So Harry's going to continue saying what he's saying, but we're saying this through pure experience. This is 5, 6 years worth of pure experience. And we can actually officially say this because we've seen the trend so many times.
Yeah, like majority of business owners that you work with, and just in general, are horrendous business owners. They don't know their numbers. They don't know how to market. They don't know anything about their business. They don't know. We see it time and time again, even for like massive companies. Um, and so when Tom and I or you guys come in and like what you just said, mate, you take them from there's a few that we could talk about. One in particular, we took him from like 5K a month to 120K a month within 4 months, which is
Yeah.
mental. So what that does to an individual running that company, even though we've done it all from consult. Like, again, a few videos ago, we were talking about everything that's included in a marketing campaign, not just clicking a button, running Facebook ads. This was brand consultancy, brand positioning, messaging, 4 pillars of what the key pain points are. Like, from start to finish, we redid this brand. And although you lead it as a marketing agency, what that does to the ego of some of these people, like business owners do have big egos when they're running multi-million pound companies. It gets in their heads and they get too big for their boots, and they're like, right, I've done all of this because I've brought this agency in who have done amazing things. The agency, i.e. us, smash it out the park, and then they're almost thinking that they got those results. So we ended up losing that client after probably 14 months, mate. I think it was well over a year, and just purely down to this business owner thinking that what we've done for them could be done in-house, and basically he could have done it. He could continue what we were doing really easily, and we're seeing in real time that it's fallen really flat on its arse, hasn't it?
Yeah, they're a shadow of what they were, and they're
Not,
not bringing.
not yeah, mate. Not only that, another client where we've been making them hundreds of thousands of pounds in profit, and when you consistently make someone money through your marketing campaigns, although it's trackable through the ad manager, when you've got different sales processes involved, for example, certain clients have DM managers, so where they're messaging their following, they've got PR campaigns running, they've got Google ads, Snapchat ads, all these different types of traffic sources, maybe a massive organic socials.
Yeah.
So when sales are coming through and being tracked in your business manager, they also might be being tracked in other ways, such as your organic social. Sometimes you have funnels for organic, sometimes you have funnels for paid to split them up. But because of the tracking, those sales can appear in multiple different traffic sources. Have I explained that well?
Yeah. It doesn't just appear in ours; it's appearing in.
So although your ad campaign has been involved in that sale or in that lead, it might also be tracked in other ways. So
Give an example. Give an example of a very clear example of what you mean there.
Okay, so say someone is introduced to the brand via organic socials. So they see an Instagram reel.
So the client has posted a reel off their own back. They put it together themselves, and they're like, "Oh, this is cute," and they post it. Right? That reel gets 5,000 strangers look at it because it did rather well for a local business. Great. So the reel's out there. Someone's seen it.
And that person has commented on that ad asking for more information, that said, "Hi, I'm interested in this. Can you send me a link?" Or like, "Where can I buy?" And they've started a conversation via DMs and so on. But in between that conversation and in between seeing multiple different posts on Instagram, they've also seen our ad campaigns, gone to our landing page and submitted a lead on a funnel, or they've seen some retargeting on Facebook, clicked on the ad and ended up buying after the conversation. Yeah. When that client looks at that sale or lead, we're gonna say, "Oh, that person came through our ads," because we can see it tracked in our ads manager. They're going to say, "No, that person has come through DMs because we're messaging them." So that lead has been tracked in 2 places. So what's happened in our case many, many times is that client's gone, "Oh, well, we're spending all this money on marketing, but lots of the sales are coming through our other channels. So let's get rid of the ads." They've turned off the ads, and they've immediately seen all of those leads that were coming through their socials or other channels completely dry up. And they've turned around and go, "Oh shit, so that means that those ads were working," and they come back to us. That's a really prime example of losing a client, is that even though you're generating results, they question they almost question, right, are we getting these results because the brand has grown and we can now survive off organic?
Yes.
It's really interesting dynamic.
That's a really good way of explaining it. We've got like a minute and 15 seconds left, but yeah, I think when you're running ads on the mass levels that me and Harry do for your clients, the byproduct of running ads is additional activity. That's what Harry's trying to say. So like people who see the ads all the time, some people actually don't like to go through funnels or lead forms. Both are pretty effective. Lead forms have got a lot better, right? And that's a whole different topic. But they don't want to go, and they actually don't want to submit their information. That those people are real, and I'm probably one of them. Would I reach out via DM to that business and inquire on my own agenda about them? Yeah, 100%.
Or just going on their website and giving them a phone. That's what I do.
I'd go on their website
and call them.
You go on the website and you Google them, and then you see them time and time again through ads, and then you take action. But some of it, all that activity is so untrackable, it then doesn't look like our activity is producing all the other activity that they get going, and they get lost thinking they are now this organic, what we have such great Google, we're getting people coming through our website, we're getting people coming through our DMs, and actually maybe I don't think it is the agency we're using, so I think we're going to just cut down on ad spend, or we're going to look at just posting on Instagram now, guys. Okay, well, we've just accounted for 1 million views on your video. So what do you want to do? Anyway, it's a long thing, and losing clients, we'll wrap this video up, but like losing clients is so common. The ones that get it stick with you. Like
Yeah.
they get it. And you can account for it. Like Harry said, you can account for every lead and every sale that you've got. However, there is a mindset change that your client then goes through around about 8 months in.
Yep. And it's
Um,
you almost have to resell them, or you have to constantly shift what you're doing. This is again when people say, right, you get Facebook ads and you just leave them for years and they generate sales. It's not. You're going to have
that
to
doesn't happen.
almost.
That doesn't happen
No,
anymore.
it doesn't, mate. And sometimes you have to almost re-pitch the service to the clients that you've got to keep them, because they almost forget what you're actually doing, because they get
Yes.
so used to seeing. They get so you do such a good job for people. They get so used to seeing the results that they forget what you're doing behind the scenes to get those results. And not
Yeah.
only that, mate, before we finish the video, because I know we're running out, but like to rattle off a few other things why you would lose a client: change in management, like you said, businesses being sold, um, changing in management's kind of like a
Profit, like their profits change, their internal. I think there's a part two to this video, mate, to be honest, because I think there's elements where we can talk about how some business owners just don't understand how much money they make
or
from campaigns we
or
run.
make or you're making them your campaign is profitable, but because they're bad business owners and they're redeploying those profits in other places, although your profit that you've generated them has allowed them to invest in other places, that investment has destroyed their marketing. So then they can no longer afford marketing to fill that new expense. So it's like a vicious cycle, but that's because they're poor business owners and
It's,
they don't know their numbers.
it's incredible. And
Let's
it
do a
happens to
video,
everyone.
mate. Let's do a video. The next video tomorrow, or after this, if you go to our YouTube and just click the next one down, will be the like how to trying to think this on my head now. The numbers involved in a marketing campaign, not really like numerical, but just talking about that process of like how important it is to know your numbers when you're marketing and just in
Yeah,
business.
let's do it. Let's do it. That's a
Yeah,
good one. We'll do that tomorrow.
cool. Cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please subscribe. All the links down in the description below. And yeah, we'll see you for that video tomorrow.